Alright, so this is a model which shows the lungs, the diaphragm, the mediastinum and the great vessels. So here you can see this is the left lung, and as you can see this is the anterior border of the left lung showing the cardiac notch, and this would be the lingula. You can see there is only a single fissure, which is the oblique fissure dividing the lung into a superior and an inferior lobe. This here is the right lung. You can see a straight anterior border of the right lung. There is no cardiac notch in the right lung, and you can see the two fissures, a horizontal fissure and an oblique fissure, which divides it into three lobes, a superior, middle and an inferior lobe. Now if you remove the lungs, here you can see these are the great vessels and the heart, and this here is the diaphragm. So let's talk about the diaphragm first. This is the diaphragm, the two domes of the diaphragm. This is the left dome and the right one. This is the central tendon of the diaphragm, on top of which the heart within its pericardium sits. So you have the central tendon and then the various apertures or openings in the diaphragm. These openings are the caval opening, this one here, from which the inferior vena cava passes upwards, and this is at the level of T8. Then the second opening is at T10, which is the esophageal opening, this one here, from which the esophagus passes from the thorax into the abdomen. And the third opening is at T12, this one here, which lies posterior to the diaphragm, and this is the one from which the aorta passes. The thoracic aorta becomes the abdominal aorta. Alright, now we can see here this is the heart, and this here is the right atrium of the heart and the right ventricle of the heart. So you can see the superior vena cava and the inferior vena cava here. This is the arch of aorta, and this is the pulmonary trunk. So now we're going to remove the heart from here, and you can see the structures within the mediastinum. Here you can see this is the arch of aorta, and this is the superior vena cava. Now the superior vena cava is being formed by the two brachiocephalic veins, the left brachiocephalic vein, which is longer than the right brachiocephalic vein. Both of them are being formed by the combination of the internal jugular. This is the left internal jugular and this is the right internal jugular, and the subclavian veins, both the left and the right subclavian veins. So by the union of these two, you have the brachiocephalic veins, and then the two brachiocephalic veins combine to form the superior vena cava. Here you can see the arch of aorta. This is the arch of aorta, and you can see the three branches of the arch of aorta. The first, the largest one, being the brachiocephalic trunk, which then divides into the right internal, the right common carotid and the right subclavian artery. And then the second one being this one here. This is the left common carotid, and the third is the left subclavian artery. So these are the three branches of the arch of aorta. Now after that, you can see this here is the posterior mediastinum, the middle mediastinum, and the different structures present within it. So you can see this is the trachea, and the trachea, you can see this is the larynx, and if you turn it slightly, you can see this here is the cricoid cartilage. So below that you have the trachea and the C-shaped rings of the trachea, which keep it open at all times, and in white you can see the trachea, which lies posterior to these major vessels. And then this trachea, then at the carina, this divides into the two principal bronchi. Again, this is the right side and this is the left side. So you can see the division of these principal bronchi into further, which then enter into the lungs. So here you can see the hilum of the lung. This is the structure of the lung, and at the hilum of the lung you can see in blue you can see the pulmonary artery, a single pulmonary artery, and you have two pulmonary veins. So you have a superior pulmonary vein and an inferior pulmonary vein. And just like that, on the other side, on the left side, you can see this is the pulmonary artery, the two pulmonary veins, and then the bronchi also entering into the lungs. Now, posterior to the trachea, we know that you have the esophagus. So this is the esophagus, which you can see after the bifurcation of the trachea. You can see the esophagus, which travels, moves to the left side, and then passes through the esophageal opening. And then here you can see this is the esophagus, which is going to enter into the cardiac end of the stomach.